A very good evening to you and welcome to Queen's Table. And you must be thinking, no, it's not Tuesday night, it's actually the weekend. We've got a little bit of a special guest just before the Galaxy UK finals, Mrs. Galaxy UK, Rachael Heslop. How are you, Rachael?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very, very excited. Great to see you. And thank you for doing a sort of little special weekend show. It's quite nice, actually, being here
My
for the weekend.
pleasure.
So it's lovely to see you. And I know you've got a very, very big week next week. And we're going to talk about what a fantastic year you have. You've been an incredible queen. So let's start off by going back to a year ago. When you were crowned, tell me a little bit about how all that went and that crowning moment.
It was just so surreal. So I was up there with Becky in the top two. And honestly, I went into that weekend with the goal of getting into the top five. That was my big, big goal. I thought that in itself was going to be hard to achieve. The caliber of women every year at Mrs. Galaxy, to be fair, but last year especially, I was just blown away by. So yeah, the big goal was top five. So them being in that moment and having my name called was just, or having Rebecca's name rather called as the first runner up and then my name called as winner was just bonkers. Yeah, I was absolutely shocked, elated, and then it was just like this wave of kind of shock and emotion came over me. And if you watch the video back, I just burst into tears because I just couldn't believe it. But it was just amazing. And that evening, Heather was crowned before me as Miss Galaxy, and then I had my crowning. And when we came out and did our first walk together, we were clinging on to each other by the hand, and we literally did not let go of each other for ages after. All throughout having our photos taken at the end, the whole time we were just gripping onto each other because we just couldn't quite believe what had happened. Yeah, sometimes it's still surreal. Sometimes I still can't quite believe that I'm a Galaxy Queen.
Oh, it was incredible to watch, actually. I think I ended up in tears and my daughter. We were there cheering you on because it was just a reaction of both of you, actually. It was just so, it was magical. It was so nice.
It was so lovely. And like I always say, the Ms. and the Mrs. groups are such special groups because I feel like we don't have like many hang-ups on ourselves anymore. We don't take it kind of like too seriously, and that we have fun with it. And that then means that all throughout rehearsals, there's not quite so much pressure as I feel like there is some in some miss categories. We just have an absolute ball and laugh the whole way through. And yeah, our group last year was absolutely amazing, as it is every year. And the top five was just an incredible top five. So then, yeah, as I say, being in that top two with Beck at the end, both of our reactions, we were just so pleased for each other either way it was going to go. And whilst we were waiting for the result to be announced, we were both just saying, like, either way we're both going to be back here, whether I'm cheering her on or she's cheering me on for another year. We knew that either way our Galaxy journeys weren't ending there. So
Oh, yeah, it was incredible. And yeah, what a beautiful top five. And massive congratulations again. We were made up for you. It was just lovely to see. And very Jessica Rabbit gown, I'll say that. Absolutely stunning. I love
oh,
that
always
gown.
me with the red. I don't know what it is. I'm just drawn to red. Every year, red makes an appearance in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's a great colour. It's a great colour. So you have had a really incredible busy year. You've always been such a hardworking queen, and you are an ambassador for an amazing charity, for Lewis Charity. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
So, For Lewis was founded by Lewis's mum, Kirsty, and her parents after she sadly lost her little boy, Lewis, towards the very end of her pregnancy. So, For Lewis supports bereaved families that are going through either baby loss or child loss. They do things like provide memory boxes free of charge for families so they can kind of, whilst they're still in that very early postnatal period, they can create memories with their baby. Things like handprints, things like teddy bears that one stays with parents and one goes with baby, things like that just create these really long lasting memories, because we kind of always we appreciate that in midwifery parents only have those memories from that very short period of time to last them throughout the whole of their life. So charities like For Lewis that are providing those things free of charge for families is just incredible. And they also provide bereavement training for student midwives. I'm the president for the Midwifery Society at the university that I go to. So we've recently had training with a big group of our cohort. They also go into hospitals and provide training for healthcare professionals. They sometimes do funding for families for bereavement counselling after the death of a baby. The work they do is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And I got involved with them a few years ago, kind of when I was wanting to learn a bit more about bereavement care because I hadn't provided much bereavement care at that point in my training. And it just really resonated with me. So I do some volunteering for them. I go and help pack up the memory boxes, then get shipped out to the hospitals and do fundraising for them. So last year I ran the Great North Run in aid of Lewis. So that was my second time doing the Great North Run. The first time I did it, I was pregnant and I didn't know. And then the second time is when I did it this year for Lewis, which was amazing. And my afternoon tea that I've got coming up next weekend at Galaxy is also to raise funds for Lewis as well.
Oh, that's going to be an incredible event as well, and it's sold out as well, isn't it? So that is being held the day of the first final of Galaxy on the Ms and the junior night. So you've got an afternoon tea in the afternoon, and it sold out pretty quick, didn't it? At the end of last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really, really surprised and just so grateful because like I've tried to put on events before and sometimes they're really hard to sell tickets for. I've had it before. I've had to cancel events because of low ticket sales, and it's really stressful trying to put on an event. So the kind of way it was received very quickly, and as you said, sold out very, very quickly, was just amazing. Because I know I'm going to be able to raise some really good funds for the charity.
Oh, it's going to be an incredible afternoon. Looking forward to it because I will be attending myself. So let's have a little chat about internationals. Again, I was luckily enough there to see you on stage because I was there with my daughter handing over. And yeah, you were incredible. But tell me a bit about your experience at internationals and what were some of your favourite bits?
It was just so surreal. I feel like I've gone so many years watching from here the girls go to Florida and Texas and compete in the international pageant. And I just kept catching myself throughout the week thinking like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm here. I'm actually doing it. Like the airport photo shoot that we did on the way there, I was just pinching myself every minute. It just went by so fast. It went by so fast. But again, like the Ms, the Misses, the teens, the junior teens, like they're all just such incredible groups of women and girls that were all just there for an amazing time. So the vibes were just incredible the whole week. You know, we had things like the white party, we had the PJ party, rehearsals, poolside shoots, just so many things for a really action-packed week. I think one of my favorite things would have been the PJ night. So at the PJ night internationals, we kind of do like campfire question type thing with Maria, who's the director of the international pageant. And it was just so wonderful to get to know her more because, you know, you see Maria as this big figurehead of the pageant, but you don't really get a huge amount of time to interact with her because she's so busy, woman of many hats that she juggles. So it was just really nice to just be able to answer her questions, ask her questions and hear her answers. So I asked the question, you know, what bit of advice would you give a mother kind of looking back on your journey through motherhood? What's one piece of advice you would give? And she said, it gets better. And as she said, like, I'll never forget it because she said it. And after she said it, she paused. And I just felt this wave of emotion because, like, you know, when you've got young kids, especially when you've got kids with additional needs, it is brutal sometimes. So, yeah, it just kind of hit me like a wave. And, you know, she was just saying, like, be easy on yourself, give yourself a little grace. Like, things get easier as you go on. And yeah, it just massively resonated with me. And for me, that was one of the most emotional parts of the week. And definitely one of my favorites. But but the whole thing was just an absolute blast. Like getting to meet all of these women from all over the world that I've just had these amazing friendships with, like Eleni that's coming over from Australia next week to see us at Galaxy. We've got obviously Caroline coming across from Canada. Just so many amazing girls all around the world that I will just never forget sharing that experience with them. So yeah, I've got in my head that I'm going to Wisconsin, I'm going to the Bahamas, I'm going to Canada, because that can't be the last time I see some of those women, because they're just incredible. They're just incredible. Yeah, it was just, unbelievable week. One of the best weeks of my life.
Oh yeah, honestly, I completely agree. The Galaxy family is insane, isn't it? And what a great group of girls from all around the world, and
Absolutely.
children as well, little ones as well. They're all so lovely, aren't they? Yeah, it's brilliant.
Absolutely. And I just think like they're just so special, like so deeply special, and such wonderful people. Yeah, and I just think there's not many opportunities that you get to meet people from that many different walks of life. It's just an incredible opportunity. It really is.
And one of our faves, good old Barbara. We love Barbara.
Oh, Barb.
We
Barb
love
was such a
Barbara.
babe. Like
She's incredible, isn't she?
she's
Yeah.
just amazing. Like she just couldn't do enough for anybody. She was just absolutely living her best life.
Yeah.
And just showing everybody that it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what you've been through, where you come from, anything like that. Like you can absolutely always be your most confident self and just get sassy, strut it out, and just have the best time of your life. Like, what an incredible woman. Absolutely.
100%. But yeah, you absolutely slayed the swimwear shoot. I loved your swimming costume at internationals. That was fabulous, and you could just see you all glowing. It was such a wonderful thing, to actually just see everyone there and having such a wonderful time. So you've got your handover next week. It's very sad. Would want to say a queen forever, I think. How are you feeling about your handover at the moment?
Oh, it's so bittersweet. I love handing over. When I handed over my UK's National Miss title, it was just the best weekend, because you get all of the fun of a pageant and none of the stress. I just love handing over. It's just such a fun experience. And I think you kind of get to take a bit of a step back and really watch the girls that are competing. Have a chance to talk to everybody and see kind of, what's brought them there, what it is they're wanting out of the experience, all those things. It's just so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to the experience of it. But as I say, it's bittersweet because it's the end of a chapter for me. So yeah, I'll definitely be sad to be saying goodbye to pageants, saying goodbye to Galaxy. I'll always be a spectator. I'll always be there in community, but it's the end of my competing days. So it is definitely going to be bittersweet.
Oh yeah, well, I'll probably be in tears, definitely. Definitely. You do so many wonderful things. I mean, you are, trained to be a midwife. That's just such a wonderful thing. And also you're a great advocate for autism and ADHD. So, you just don't stop. You are like Superwoman, and you're doing so many incredible things.
I like to have all of the plates spinning, apparently. I thrive well under the pressure.
Yeah, that's it. Certainly. You're absolutely wonderful. And like all of us here at Pageantland have been loving watching your journey throughout pageantry. It's been incredible. Well, thank you so much for coming on and speaking to me on your last weekend as being Mrs. Galaxy UK. I've not tried to cry now, but I'm sure when you're handing over, I'm going to be crying my eyes out. I'll make sure I take some tissues. It's fine. But yeah, it's been incredible to talk to you, and I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Take care, and all the best for your handover. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.